Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo.
Live trainings this February, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. Pacific. Ash Knows Travel.
Get ready to lock in and change the travel industry. Welcome to Ash Knows Travel. The future of travel has arrived. Let's get started.
Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Ash and welcome to my YouTube channel, Ash Knows Travel, where I share trainings, walkthroughs, and insider tips to help travel advisors book smarter and build confidence. And tonight's training is all about what to say when someone asks about the business. Now, I'm going to be covering both bookings and team building in this, okay? But I feel like this is just something that we always get stuck on. So this training is going to give you simple and confident responses you can start using right away. So if you are live here, you already know the drill. Go ahead and comment hello in the chat so that I know that you stopped by. And if you happen to be watching this on a replay, I still want to know that you stopped by. So make sure you comment replay so I can see you. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, before I get started, you guys already know I like to show you guys what I'm doing for the rest of the month. So if you just happen to catch this on a replay, you already know what to expect. Yes, hello. So the rest of the 2 weeks we have, I guess the rest of the ending of the week that we have for us in February. Can you guys believe how fast February went by? Like February flew. Okay, so if you're not accomplishing goals yet, y'all need to start setting them because the year is already flying, right? But for the rest of the month on Thursday, I'm going to talk about team building. I'm going to talk about how to retain agents. Yes. And then the last week, I'm going to do basically scale and simplify because I teach a lot. So on the 24th, I have a requested training, which is how to market groups. I do 2 groups a year. For cruises. This time I'm doing Virgin Voyages. So I'm going to cover how I market them, how I include them in my marketing, all of that, okay? And then as well on that final Thursday, I'm going to do a live travel Q&A. So I'll just go live here on YouTube and you guys can join me. We'll just kind of answer questions and I'll just cover things and show you things, okay? So we have that, yes. Now, before I start, one more thing that I want to show you guys real quick. I know you all subscribe to my YouTube channel and I appreciate you. Love you guys. I love that. Okay. But there's a select few of you here that come right here. Do you see where it says our members? Thank you. Okay. These people right here, they paid to join my YouTube channel and I love you guys too, right? Okay. So for you guys that are here, it does not give me a way to message you. And some of you guys use your agencies, like they just have like weird different names on them. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is that I have a surprise for those who are subscribed here, who have joined here. And I want to give you that. So if you're watching this, I'm sure you are watching because you guys have joined, right? So if you're watching it and you are a part of this members where I have like, what do I have here? I have Advisor Lounge, and then I also have the Explorer Circle. I don't know. It comes with YouTube, okay? But if you are here, okay, I want you to have what I offer for the actual thing. I don't have a way to message you. It doesn't let me message you on YouTube. So I need you to send me a DM, okay? If I haven't sent you a DM already, then please send me a DM. A lot of you guys I found, so I already reached out to you, but I have a surprise for you. So please reach out to me on Facebook. You guys should already know. If you go on Facebook and type in Ash Knows Travel, it automatically pulls me up. So go there and find me so you can let me know. And if you guys ever later on decide to join this membership, please let me know when you do, because I do have surprises and I do cool things in there, but I can't do them and I can't add you to them if I don't know you joined. Okay. So please let me know who you are if you do that. And if you have done that and I haven't talked to you, please reach out to me so that I can give you the surprises. Okay. All right. Now, tonight we are going to be covering what to say when someone asks for bookings, for joining, and just talk about real conversations that we have typically as travel advisors, right? And I always like to lead with value. Okay. I'm just going to tell you this whole training is about value, because you can't have conversations with other people about what you do until you actually understand what you have in front of you. So tonight, I'm going to be teaching about value as us as advisors and as bringing on new agents. And we're going to talk about how to close them with confidence. Okay. I'm going over, basically, I have to do this in 2 sets of presentations because it just wouldn't let me go that far. So I'm going to be breaking it down 2 different ways. The first thing I'm going to talk about is for bookings. So the second half of it is for team building. So you guys are going to want to stay through both halves. Okay. It's not that long, but what I'm going to get to is that I'm going to also talk about how to do it online and in person. So no matter how you decide to market or have these conversations, I want you guys to basically know what to say. All right. So let's get started, shall we? So the real problem that most agents have is that they over explain what they do. How many times has somebody asked you and you're like, oh, what do you do for a living? And then you kind of get nervous and you're like, oh, I still travel. Yeah. Okay. That sounds what? Generic, right? They answer emotionally, or they kind of chase people like, oh yeah, you travel. Like, well, what do you do? Like, instead of just qualifying them naturally. And I'm going to talk about that too. Okay. But when you chase, you lose the authority, you lose like the willpower of being a travel agent, because you're not leading with the actual value of what you do. There is a lot of value in what we actually do, right? We don't sell trips. That's not what we do. Please don't ever go out there and just be like, oh, I just sell trips. I just, I book things for people, okay? We need to elevate the way we respond to people. If you want people to respond to you positively and they want to book with you, then you need to have that kind of that mindset, right? So I curate experiences. I match the clients to the right resort or cruise. That is a huge value, because nowadays people have to use Expedia and search the properties and use TikTok reviews and right? Why not have somebody that's for free that can just tell you, no, this is where you need to go. Let me book it for you, right? We also protect people's investments. Have you ever thought about that? Like, one of the biggest things that you can do, and that you have to understand, that when people trust us, is that they're choosing to invest a large amount of money. We hope, right? We don't want no small bookings. They're investing a large amount of money into a trip that they are planning to go well. And they're literally trusting us with this. So if anything, we are protecting their investment. We are being trusted with their investment of having a great experience, right? And as well, we manage logistics. How many times has somebody just called you or reached out to you to book something small, like a hotel, or they need transfers, or they need this, they need activities, right? Those are all logistics. There's a lot of things that we do when it comes to bookings. We don't just sell trips, okay? We don't price match, and we'll get into that, but we provide support before, during, and after travel. We do a lot for a client, and they don't have to pay anything extra to do that. Now, when I explain it to you that way, doesn't that sound like a lot of value? Does that sound better than if I were just to be like, oh, well, I book travel for a living, so that's what I do? Like, no, we are actual consultants. We don't just book travel. We're not Expedia, right? We are not discount sites either. We're not going to sit there and walk around talking about like, oh, we get the best prices. Do not do that, because you're going to set yourself up for some real sad failure, okay? I do not ever price match with somebody. In the moment that they start talking to me about what they found, like if they have a rough ballpark of what they found, great. Now I know their budget. Love that, right? But if they start telling me, oh, well, I found it on here, here, and here for that. Okay, then go over there and find it. Go book it yourself. And then when it doesn't work, or you don't have the transfers, or the insurance isn't included and you need to cancel it, please don't reach out to me, right? Like, you have to establish yourself in that mindset. Now, mind you, I've been here for 4 years and I've been through enough of that to be able to say that confidently, okay? And if you can't right now, that doesn't mean that you're any less, okay? That is just something that comes with time and experience. You will get there too, I promise you, okay? But that's important, because why am I trying to get to that is we need to establish our booking identity. Hold on one second. I just realized I hate that it does this with this background. Sorry, guys. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Anyways, like you even noticed, right? You're probably like, I didn't even notice that. Okay. If I noticed it, all right. So let's talk about our booking identity, okay? This is going to change the entire part of how you talk to people right here. That's why, like, people always ask me, I get this all the time, why are you so good at presentations? Because I can get on here and tell you exactly what I do. This is what I don't just sell trips. I don't have, like, I'm going to tell you something, okay? Somebody hopped in my inbox the other day from another company, okay? And her spew, first of all, I told her I was a travel trainer. I told her to check out my YouTube channel. I told her to check out my Facebook. And if she just would have scrolled a little bit in there, she would have saw Evolution's founder right next to me. So this was insane. So I was like, let me see how this is going to go. Okay. So she got in my inbox and she started talking about how she offered a travel membership. Okay. And it was for discounted sites. And she's like, yeah, you can make money off of it too. And did it like she just had this whole spew. And I just thought, wow. Wow. Listen, I know that word MLM gets thrown around, but if that's what an MLM is, that's not what we are. That is not how we identify ourselves ever. We do not ever hop in somebody's inbox and be like, oh, I'm a booker, right? Oh, I can book your travel for you. No, that's not what we are. We are not like that. All right. Now, well, I say all that to establish ourselves. Don't be that person, please. Okay. Booking identity. So, what are we? We are experience curators. Yes. We are niche specialists. This is a huge one. I book all adults only, all inclusives. That is my specialty, but I can handle anything. That sounds a lot better than, oh yeah, I book trips for people, right? We don't like that. Okay. Next, we are value driven advisors. Once you see the value in yourself, you are going to stop saying we are not, right? We do not do this. We're going to stop being price matchers. We're going to stop being Google. Oh, I can't stand when somebody asks me a question that they could Google. Like there was one person that I thought they were going to book. Then they just kept asking me Google. I was just like, okay, you know what? If we're going to keep asking questions, you're going to start getting chat GPT responses because this is something that you can look up on your own. And I know we're supposed to do our due diligence, but some of these questions, they just get a little out of hand, right? So that's not what we're doing. We're not searching for the best times in the world to go here, here, and here, here. Okay, yeah, we can help you a little bit, but if that client doesn't have the proper time frame, they don't know when they're going. Okay, like there has to be some kind of qualifications. We are not Google. We are not like price checkers. We're not a let me check for you agents. We don't do any of that because I could tell you where that ends up going. A lot of quotes without any bookings. Yes. Okay. Now, you hear me saying all this and you're like, oh, wow, she's really confident. She's really, she knows who she is. Let me tell you something. That came with experience. Let me tell you, your booking identity is going to change how you deliver it. You will eventually start delivering it this way because you were confident in what you do, right? Like I used to think of it as a mindset of like, oh, I hope they book with me. Oh, I hope this works. No, you are lucky if you book with me, honey. Okay? You are lucky to have my business. You are lucky to have my knowledge and my experience. I am a value-driven advisor. Do you see how that changes your delivery? Maybe we should have a class where we start going, all right, this is what we are. Until we get it. No, say it to yourself. Okay. Look in the mirror. Next time that you have a moment where you're like down or out, like you're sad or something, say who you are because that's who you are. Not any of this. We don't want to be price matchers, right? We don't want to be Google. This is who we want to be. Then we need to be. All right. Now continuing with all of that. Okay. Explaining bookings in terms of value. I'm going to help you explain this to them. Okay. When someone asks about a price, how many times have people came to us and automatically are like, what about this? What about that? How many times? I did a whole training on this one time. It was called I think it was like when clients price check you or something like that. Okay. You have to understand that there is a lot that goes into your bookings, right? First of all, I don't want you going in there and I don't want you defending yourself. I don't want you to start rushing to numbers. I don't want you to do any of this. Okay. What I want you to do is, first of all, make sure that they understand that this is the best fit for them and the research that you put into it. I want them to understand that you have experience in doing this. And even if you don't have experience, you can easily build up into that experience because you already told them what to do, right? That makes you experienced. You have the protection of making sure that their investment is good. Yeah, you like that? Listen, it's if I say it in terms like this, hey, you're about to spend $5,000 on this trip, regardless of how you book it, whether with me or with not. You're in terms of you booking that by yourself, you don't know what can happen. You don't know if you did everything right. But with me, I know. I've got this, right? I've done bookings before. I have the protection that you're looking for. And I can even offer you travel insurance. If you were to book that on Expedia, would you have travel insurance? No, you wouldn't, right? I can help you protect that investment and make sure it's a good time. You see how I said that? That's a lot better than, oh, yeah, this is why you should book with me, right? Personalization, we have that. And then the support, okay? You're not expensive. I think that's one of the most common misconceptions. You are not expensive. You are valuable. They're not going to get any of that if they book with any of those sites. If they book directly with Marriott, guess what? They have to call the 1-800 Marriott line, right? like they don't have to do what we have to do when we are their agents. So they have to understand the value in that, okay? Now, well, I'm going to tell you something. And when it comes to bookings in terms of value, I do this before I ever give them a quote. How many of you guys do that? How many of you guys explain the value of yourself before you give them a quote? Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you how I do it. I do it mostly on TikTok. Let me pull up my TikTok because I don't remember how I say it verbatim. I have ChatGPT tell me what to say, obviously, right? But anytime I do this, where's it at? Here we go. So I'm qualifying immediately before when I hop into their inbox. I saw you needed help finding the right resort. Value. I saw you needed help. Let me help you, right? To point you in the right direction, guidance, authority, let me know. Single or couple, because I get a lot of single men that want to go to resorts. We're not doing all that, all right? Single or couple, type of resort, all inclusive, adults only, lifestyle, whatever they want, right? Ideal vibe and destination. That's before I even talk to them. That's the first thing that I send to them. And then I tell them, drop that here and I'll take it from there. Do we understand how I position myself? That's what I want you guys to say. When I hop in somebody's inbox, now one of the last few I just did it now. He's already looking into it. He said, let the wife know. Like that, how do I explain it to you? When you are qualifying them and you're positioning yourself as like the authority, like that's what gets them, okay? That's what helps. And I know I didn't show that to you, but I just want you guys to have a rough idea of how I speak value into myself. I speak it before I even get to the booking part because they need to understand that I'm doing this for them. I did the research for you. I put you at the right direction for the resort. Here's your quote. Here's including everything that you're looking for. Boom, done. That is what I did. Okay? That's value. Not, oh yeah, here's a price, here's a quote, have a good day, let me know if you like it. Like that doesn't work, right? Let me explain to you everything that I did. That makes you valuable to booking. Now, taking all of that, a lot of what I've been talking about lately is your niche, yes? Okay. So why niche changes everything. Now, I'm going to tell you something too. This comes to responding to people, and it also comes to just a generic response of what you are talking about, okay? So when you are responding to people, I know this one is, let me see if it goes, okay, we have scenarios, but I want to speak to this in a little bit different, okay? When I respond to people in general about what do you do, I feel like that is the most common question we get when we first meet somebody. Oh, what do you do for a living, right? Okay, I am an adults only specialist for travel, but I also book pretty much everything in that, right? Okay, that is going to kind of set you separately. So they know automatically what I'm going for. And I know a lot of you guys are like, oh, well, they won't book with me. No, that doesn't mean they won't book with you. But if there's anybody specifically interested in that, they probably will pass your information along, right? That is what you're going to think about. Now, another thing I want you to know is that when you guys get that like fear because it's your niche and you're afraid they're not going to book it, you guys typically align yourself with people that do what you're already doing. I don't think you realize that, okay? Like a lot of you sell all-inclusives, okay, for couples. Guess what? People that have families, they're couples before they became a family. Like you guys automatically are selling to all of these people. You just have to learn how to align your niche to that situation. Like if I were to meet a new mom, right? And not a brand new mom, but like if I were to meet a mom or a new friend who is a mom, dear God, Okay. And she started talking about her kids and she's stressed out. I was like, oh, girl, listen, I'm an adults only travel specialist. I can help you get the relief you need. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is what I'm talking about. That changes everything for you. Okay. Now, this slide here specifically is talking about after you book with someone or taking them from the general, I want to book with you. Okay. So I know it's not the same, but let me get in there. Okay. So generic response equals forgettable. Yes, I book trips for a living is going to be forgettable. Niche response and having them pull it into how you can relate to the person around you gives you that authority. Okay. Now, taking that, one of the most common questions we have is how much is this? How much is that? How much would it be? I just got a text message that said, how much would that all cost me? Right? Your niche should shape that response. That way, they have a reason to memorize, like kind of keep you in their mind. Okay, memorable gets booked. If they can remember who you are when it comes time to that booking, you did great. But if I were to respond with, "Oh, I just booked trips," are they going to remember me? No. But if I told them, "Oh, I'm adults only specialist," and then later on they meet some girl named Caroline who wants to go on a trip with her husband, "Oh yeah, we have a friend who actually does that. Her name's Ash. Go talk to her." Like, that is what I want you guys to get used to doing. Okay, when somebody asks what you do, please make sure that you include your niche into every conversation. I don't care if that's not what they're looking for. You don't know if they know somebody that is looking for it, right? All right, so booking scenarios. We're almost done with the booking side, and then we'll switch to team building. So, in person and in comments. If a person talks to you and they say, "How much is Cancun?" Okay, my response is going to be, "Are you looking for like adults only? Are you looking for family friendly? I specialize in blah, 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 and I can help you," right? Comments, if they comment it. Now, one thing we have to be careful about is commenting too much in the comments. If you like how I do this, I'm going to tell you something, okay? Here we go. T right here. Write this down if you learn anything tonight. Always answer with the question. Always answer with a question. Lead it to somewhere else. Lead them to the next step. Don't just drop something somewhere and then say, "Oh yeah, okay, how much? I'll send you a DM," right? Like, lead them to another path of the next step. So think of it like you're in school. You don't know what to do next, you do nothing, right? Okay, we need to tell them what to do next. So, how much? If I were in the comment section, I would say pricing depends on dates and vibe. Message me and I'll guide you, or I would send them a DM. Okay. You have to control the settings. Okay. With that, the more serious people are going to automatically move to your DM. And that helps you qualify people before you even get there. Okay. Qualification before the DMs are important. And then in the DMs are even more important. So you don't waste your time. All right. Booking scenario. Here's one that we get a lot. I just want something cheap. Okay. When somebody says they want something cheap, what do we normally say? What's your budget? Right? No. Instead, well, I focus more on value and experience than just the lowest price. Are you celebrating something? Is there a reason that you want to go here? Like, what are you looking to do? That way, I can still fit into something cheap, yes, but I want them to make sure that they're getting the entire experience. But that response in general, can we say, is I focus more on value. That means that I'm trying to get them the best experience. Like, that gives me the authority, right? So make sure you guys are giving yourself the authority and leaving that open. Like, saying, like, are you celebrating something, is building a personal connection. Instead of saying, "What's your budget?" That's just a cold call sale. Okay. We have to build a connection with these people. The best way we can do that is, "Oh, what are you celebrating? What are you talking? Like, where are you going? Why are you going here?" Right? You have to elevate that conversation so you can bring it there. Now, you guys already know I do bookers and lookers, right? That's what I call it. Bookers and lookers. That is automatically a looker to me. I'm just going to let you know. I would heavily qualify this one before I went any further. I don't want to book people who want something cheap. That's great. Go to Expedia. I'm valuable. Book with me if you want something great, right? And that's kind of how I sell it right there in that whole situation when I respond. But that's my mentality, because it's not going to benefit me booking something cheap. I'm not making any money off of you. Like, it is not to be like we're not helping people, right? But my value is part of that is my time. And I'm not going to waste my time on people who don't value me, right? Next. Oh, that's all I got. All right, let's go. We're going over to the other side now. Please hold. I had to break it up into 2 slides because this slide holder only does 10 slides at a time. It's so stupid. All right, now booking side's done. Now let's go to the team building. I'm only 25 minutes in. Look at me. All right, let's go. So, what do we actually do? Work from home. Now, this is probably one of the hardest things that we talk about when it comes to our business. Yes, team building. I feel like it doesn't feel natural to us a lot of the time, so we kind of get nervous about it. But the reason it doesn't feel natural to you is because you don't understand the value. Okay, we have to really stop and talk about the value that we have here at Evolution Archer. It is insane what isn't covered for us for only $49 or $89 a month, whatever you guys sign up for, right? Like, there's a lot of value. Like, the website maintenance in general covers the $49. Like, I don't think they understand that, right? Like, we have to put that value not only in our booking side, but also in our team building side. So let's talk about the first part of the value, what we actually do when we are like working from home. Okay, we're not going to lead with like it's a business. Come join a business. Nobody's going to join you on that. There's going to be few entrepreneurs that might want to join you, okay? But you're not going to get as much success if you lead with it. Okay, hear me out. All right. What do we actually do from home? Let's break it down. We book travel from home. Yes. We get paid by our suppliers. That's a big one because people often think that they get paid by the clients. We don't. We get paid by suppliers. We have a niche that we, build a client base with. We build a brand with. We grow at our own pace. We work from anywhere. Okay. It's flexible. It's commission based. Yes, we got all that, but don't lead with it's a business because they don't like that. I don't know why. I've been here for 4 years. I can get way more people going, hey, book travel from home. Yeah. Can we all agree? Okay. But what the thing is that you guys have to understand is that that's not our identity, right? So we have to kind of establish who we are, right? Online, we are not recruiters, we're not spammers, and we do not hype people up. The worst thing that you could ever do is, start booking travel, and like the one I see a lot is that we have to be very careful with is get paid to travel. That's not true. We don't technically get paid to travel. We can, right? We can, but I don't want you guys to lead with that because that's just not going to set you up for success. Okay, so don't hype them up, nothing like that. But what are we? We are travel professionals. We are remote earners. Okay, for team building, we are remote earners. We are brand builders. Ash Knows Travel brand, right? Brand builders, and we are niche focused specialists. Doesn't that sound a lot better? Like if I were to come to you and say, "Oh, I book travel from home." I'm trying to turn on my fan. I specifically I'm an adults only specialist. So I just kind of, book travel from there. And I'll do it actually all of it from my TikTok platform. Like, wouldn't that sound like, like a lot better than me just going, oh, yeah, I have a travel business that I work from home. Yeah, that's what I do. Like that's what I want you guys to change. Like you have to change how you identify what we're doing, regardless if we're booking or building. Like that, you got to change that authority shift. Okay. Now, how to explain it without saying business, because a lot of times people don't like that. So instead of it's a travel business, we could say I book travel from home and get paid by the resorts and cruise lines. Yeah. Instead of it's commission based, when my clients book trips, the suppliers pay me. Okay. Now, I don't mean to shy away from it. I'm not trying to hide it. I don't want you guys to think of anything like that. I just want you to change how you say it, because when we all first started this, I don't think we honestly realized that it's like, not that it's a business per se, but like when you say it like a business, we're thinking like IKEA. I was just at IKEA. We are thinking like, I don't know, Kroger. That's a company. I don't like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what we're thinking, right? So we have to try to change that mindset for them to actually understand the value of what we do at home. Okay. Like think about it like this, like, oh, I work from home. I have 6 kids. And instead of, paying for daycare, paying for gas, paying for blah, 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 like, no, I actually went in and I built a brand that I work from home, and I book travel in that brand. And yeah, I work from home. That would be like, I would finish it. Honestly, I would finish it with, and I actually train people to do the same. That's something you would want to join, right? Like that's what I want you guys to say. Like explain it without saying directly it's a business. Okay. So I book travel from home, get paid by the resorts and cruise lines. Perfect. Or the suppliers pay me. Okay. Simple. I don't want you guys like you have to, okay. Like when you're doing the booking of a trip, right? And like you start off with the qualifying. So we're bringing them down. It's kind of like a funnel in a sense is what we're doing here too. So like when you're bringing them down into it, right? You start off with, oh, I get paid. I book travel from home. That's how I get paid. Oh, cool. And then we're bringing them to the next level. Then we're going to bring in the next level. Like, I don't want you guys to just start like running it off like that. Okay. Because when you start with, I run a travel business, people think that that's something you're doing independently. Like they don't know that they can do it too. And so that can kind of derail them from having that conversation. But when I have conversations like this, I always try to lead them with like that openness. I want to like kind of, this is what I do. This is how I do it. Oh, you want to do it too? Great. Here's how to do this, right? Like, okay, that's what I'm trying to get to. I don't lead with the word business because people get like defensive. They're like, oh, okay, you have a business. Great, right? I lead with what I do. I book travel from home. Then if they're serious, I dig deeper. Literally what I said. Yeah, okay. Authority is simple, okay? Like, I don't want you guys to just go out there and be like, oh, I got a travel business. Like, that's great, right? Like, no, I book travel from home. Like, this is what I do. And if you are interested, now, this is not the same conversation that we're having with people that want to book trips with us, okay? If that's what they're doing, then yeah, you can lead with your business, of course. But when it comes to team building, we want it to think of it as a way as them joining our team to start doing what we do, right? When we say the word business, it kind of closes them off. So I like to lead exactly with what I do for people. This is how I help people. This is how I grow. And in a travel sense, I am a travel trainer, right? So I can lead with, I actually also train people in travel and I have a team. So if you're ever interested in doing something like this from home, you can join. Do we understand? Yeah, that sounds a lot better, right? Okay. Now, with that, that's the second, like this was the first layer. I book travel from home. Oh, cool. How do you do that? What do you do? Right? Okay, here we go. This is the second part of it. You have to explain the value of joining, okay? Don't sell income. You don't want to sell like just straight off, oh, this is what I make. This is what I do. We don't want to build hype like that, okay? We just need to sell the value of what we are. So, value language is flexible schedule, working from home. We're building into something that we love, travel perks, the community that we have, right? We're all a community here, and commission potential. These are the things that we are expressing so they can see the value of our program, right? You are offering the ability to book travel and earn from it. That is what you are offering. You have the ability, you have exclusive access to a platform that lets us come in and book travel. We don't have to do anything extra. We don't have to buy liability insurance. We don't have to go and set up our platforms. We get to operate under our host agency who has done all of this stuff for us, right? And then exclusively, since we're with Archer, we get 80% commission, which isn't offered anywhere else. Like, I'd be like, girl, let me tell you, I'm with my host agency, I get 80%. Like, I am where the money's made, and we are growing. Like, we were just there at their 10-year party, and it was awesome. Like, we can see the potential, right? That sounds better than, oh yeah, I own a travel business and I sell travel. Oh, you want to do it too? Like, that is what you have to change. Okay. Now, following that, here's the scenario. Okay. In person, if somebody were to actually ask what you want to do, when somebody asks me what I want to do, I can pick up the vibe. If they're given like work from home vibes, I'll share what I do for a living. If they're giving they take trip vibes, then I share the booking side. Okay. So we're qualifying them as soon as we meet them. I qualify everybody before I meet them because they can always be a potential client, right? So what do you actually do? I book travel from home and I get paid by the suppliers. That is a response I would give in a team building scenario, not necessarily like a booking. If I can tell that they might book with me and if they're like established in what they do, then I'm not going to lead with join my team, right? It really depends on what situation you have. So, second one for team building scenario, how do you make money? When my clients book trips, the resorts and the cruise lines pay me. That's it. I get paid directly from the suppliers or the cruise lines or the resorts, right? Short, calm, and clear. And it builds a funnel. Then they go, oh, really? You get paid by the suppliers? How do they pay you? Like, what do you do? What do you mean by working from home? Like, it leads to like a report. You want to build into that. Okay. Now, online, right? Comments and DMs. So I'm going to tell you guys, I told you, this whole month of February is what does Ash Knows Travel do? That's what I'm doing. Okay, this is what I do. So, team scenario, not booking, but team scenario. How do I join? Okay, if they comment that, or if they comment one of those things, like I do, like comment this, and I'll go to your DMs. Like if they comment one of those, okay, I will tell them I sent you a DM, or I'll message you and I'll explain everything in my walkthrough. Like I have a whole workshop that I have. So that's normally my response, right? But if you don't have a workshop, at least set up your like Calendly page to where they can just automatically go in and book it, okay? At least set up that. Like set up something to where you can give them a link of some sort, right? But I try not to go too deep. I don't go too deep in the DMs, and I definitely don't go too deep in the comments ever. The DMs, I start digging. I start asking questions. I redirect them. Exactly what I do. I don't convince them. I redirect them somewhere. So if somebody hops in my DM and they want to know about joining the team, automatically I send them to schedule a meeting. Like, oh, hey, I'm so glad you're interested. I would love to meet with you. Go ahead and let's set up a meeting with my team so you can learn more about what I do. Like, or you can even lead with, like, if you don't want to lead it directly, you could even be like, oh, well, we actually hold meetings every day where you can actually come and learn. Feel free to sign up for one of the meetings here, right? Like you want to pull them to the next step. That's what we're doing. When we have them comment, when we're teaching them about joining our team, whatever that is, it's a funnel. So we're pulling them into the comments, which leads to the DM, which leads to the meeting, which leads to them signing up, right? Like it all has to be a redirect. And that's all we're doing. We don't want to get in that DMs and start explaining things. That's not what we're meant to do. We have corporate presentations for a reason. Let us do it for you, okay? It's way better when we present it on slides than what it is when you start talking in your DMs. So don't convince them, redirect them always, all right? Now, the 4-step response formula. I'm almost done, guys. So for bookings and joinings, this is exactly what I was just explaining to you. First, we acknowledge them always, right? Then we position them through our niche. Even like normally if it's team building, what do? I book travel from home. Specifically, I book adults only travel. That's what I like to book, right? Then we explain the value, whether it's team building, whether it's bookings, whatever that is, we have to explain our value to them. And I'm not telling you to sit here and write a list, okay? But you can see the way I worded that TikTok message. I put the value of what I'm doing inside of that so they understand it. And you can tell ChatGPT to do it for you, okay? And then we set them up for the next step. We tell them what to do next. Here's the link to my, I use Zoom. Here's my link to my Zoom. Schedule a meeting with me and we can talk, right? This works no matter where we are, okay? No matter if we're talking about bookings, no matter if we're talking about this. So as soon as the next person that comes to you and they ask you about your business, I first want you to acknowledge them and tell them exactly what you do. Yes, I book travel from home. I am an adults only specialist, me, myself, and I. And that's the first start, right? Then we're positioning through the niche, we're getting the value, etc. Okay? Get ready to do this. Like, just if I was you, I would start practicing this before I ever got in front of somebody because it works a lot better when it's practiced, right? But you have to have this automatically set up. Then automatically, if they're interested or if they seem like they're remotely interested, you need to decide, do they want bookings or team building? Then you want to start qualifying them, asking them questions, leading it in, building it in. You have to spark that interest in them no matter what it is, and make sure that in that you're memorable. So don't lead with the, oh, I just sell trips, but I'm an adults only specialist. I book adults all inclusives. Oh, wow. Okay, great. I'll remember you, right? That's what we're trying to get to. We have to bring that everywhere we go. Okay? Now, in-person delivery tips. Keep it under 20 seconds. Don't ramble like I just did. Pause after speaking. Always pause. Please pause and let them ask you questions because they will. And then let them ask the next question. Okay? When you go in there, you say your spew. Very short, very simple. This is what I do. Leave it open. Just let them respond, right? That confidence is quiet. You don't have to be loud. You don't have to over explain. You don't have to do any of that. Just sit there and wait for them. All right. With that, okay, comment and DM strategies. You have to build that funnel online. The curiosity, building the authority, and then directing them to the DM. Okay. In the DM, we use them for very specific reasons. We qualify them, we clarify them, and then we redirect them to either a meeting or a booking. Not explaining everything. We do not explain everything. Do we understand? If you explain everything, they have nowhere to go. They know everything. Great. Now what they do with it? No, you have to build into it in order for them to book with you. You have to build into it in order for them to build with you as well. And in that, make sure you're explaining at least the value, but don't explain everything because then they're not going to do nothing with it. All right. Now, what to stop doing? Yes. Stop over explaining. Okay. Stop sounding defensive. You don't have to sound defensive about it. You don't have to start, publicly quoting what you're doing, and stop saying, oh, this is a business opportunity. Okay. Now, I know some people are not going to agree with that, and I don't really care because I get way more people closing on me than just me running out there going into business, right? Following that, start with leading yourself, positioning yourself, speaking value of yourself, and keeping it simple so you can build them into closing with you. All right. Speaking of closing, your response determines your positioning. If you answer like a generalist, you stay one. And if you answer like a leader, you become one. Can we all agree with that? Yeah. Simple, value-driven, niche-focused, and controlled. That is our goal for 2026. And that's how you get booked. And that's how you build from your home. All right. So that is all I really have for you guys tonight. That was awesome. I had a blast. But let me tell you something. If you guys are already building, okay, make sure you guys join me on Thursday at 5 p.m. PST. I'm going to talk about how to retain agents. This is probably one of my biggest specialties when it comes to team building. I love taking care of agents. Yes. So I should have a training on how to retain agents because that's what I do. I retain. If you're team building and your agent's there, I'm retaining them, right? So I feel like it's important that I go over all of the topics of when it comes to retaining agents so that you guys know what to do when you start team building, or if you already are and if you're stuck. I will be here on Thursday to go over that. But other than that, that is all I have for you guys so much for tonight. Thank you for hopping on, and I will see you all on Thursday.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some food in you. Step 3, you grow hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.